Hello friends, welcome back. This time we are heading on an unforgettable Bahamas cruise aboard the incredible wonder of the seas, and I have got my whole family with me. Our journey begins in Miami, excitement building as we arrive at the cruise terminal. After a smooth check-in, we will finally board the ship. The check-in process was very smooth, and it hardly took us 10 minutes. Especially during the spring break, we were expecting longer wait times, but it was very smooth. Hats off to Royal Caribbean. The moment we enter the Royal Promenade instantly pulls us in. Vibrant, lively, and full of energy. But first things first. Food. We head straight to Windjammer for lunch, enjoying our first meal with views of Miami and South Beach. After a good lunch, we head up to the top deck, where the real vacation vibe kicks in. A quick stop at El Loco Fresh for some street-style bites, and then it is time to explore. Pools, slides, endless ocean views, and for the kids, new friends and games on the court. And then, the moment we have been waiting for. Slowly the ship begins to move, leaving Miami behind. The turquoise waters, the skyline fading away. This is where the journey truly begins. As the evening sets in, we head back to the Royal Promenade, grabbing a quick bite, exploring the shops, and just soaking in the atmosphere. We ended the day on the walking tracks, surrounded by nothing but ocean. And there were a lot of fun games to enjoy with family. My son really played a lot of games on the way while soaking in the ocean views. And as the sun slowly dips below the horizon, it reminds us this is just the beginning of an unforgettable adventure. And this is only day one. The best is yet to come. And if you really enjoy watching sunsets like we do, I would 100% recommend going to the 5th floor where the walking tracks are, because this is a place where you will find ample of privacy to enjoy sunsets with your family. After a first night dinner, to wrap up the night, we headed to one of the most exciting shows on the ship, Effectors. This wasn't just a performance, it felt like stepping into a live-action superhero movie. With powerful visuals, music, and high-energy performances, the entire theater came alive. Lights, technology, storytelling, everything was on point. After all the excitement, we slowed things down with a quiet walk through Central Park, right in the middle of the ship. It feels calm, peaceful, almost like you are not at sea anymore. The perfect way to end an unforgettable first day. Day 2, and we are waking up to a brand new destination. A quick breakfast getting ready because today we are heading to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Stepping off the ship, you instantly feel the island vibes. Crystal clear water, bright colors, it already feels like paradise. First stop, the massive pool. It looked perfect, but the water? Let's just say Marge had other plans. Still, that didn't stop us from jumping in. After the pool, we made our way to South Beach, walking through a quiet shaded trail, surrounded by nature. And then this view. Soft sand, turquoise water, and a little slice of paradise all to ourselves. South Beach never disappoints. हाँ, वो कैबिन हमारे नहीं है, $1000 के मिलते हैं वो। अभिषेक, हमने लास्ट टाइम वो इतनी सुंदर पिक्चर्स कहाँ ली थी यार, वो ट्री के साथ, और वो बहुत ही सुंदर फोटोज आई थी हमारी। तब शायद इतना भीड़ नहीं था। this right here is what makes trips like this so special. Within minutes, my son, he's already made new friends. No phones, no distractions, just playing, laughing, and being kids. While he's off enjoying his moment, me and my husband take a walk towards the beach. Sometimes it's nice to just slow down, stand still, take it all in. The sound of the waves, the breeze, and moments like these. This is what a perfect day really feels like. After an amazing day, it was time to head back. We hopped on the tram, just sitting back, enjoying the breeze, taking in one last look at Coco Cay. The colors, the water, the vibe, it's hard to leave a place like this. Cannot wait to come back.
What up? अबे कहाँ लेके जा रहे?
अरे इस साइड बैठो।
बैठ रहे हो, अच्छी राइड हो रही है, हवा खाओ। पूरा आइलैंड का चक्कर लग रहा है। मुझे तो मज़ा आ रहा है। And the day is not over yet. After a full day in the sun, we switched things up completely. From tropical beaches to ice skating right here on the ship. And honestly, this might have been one of the most fun moments of the day. Watching them out there, laughing, slipping, skating, it's these little moments that make the trip even more special. Only on a cruise you go from the beach to the ice rink on the same day. And just when we thought the day couldn't get any better. We made a quick stop at the casino just to soak in the energy, light sounds and a little bit of luck in the air. And then we ended the night with something simple and special, a ride on the carousel together. Sometimes it's not the big moments, it's these little ones that you remember the most. And yes, we still weren't done for the day. Next up, rock climbing. With the ocean all around, this isn't your typical climbing wall. Watching them take on the challenge step by step made it even more exciting. And of course, they had to make it all the way to the top. Vacation mode, but still chasing a little adventure. और कोई चोट लगने का तो है नहीं, तो डरो मत।
राइट राइट और राइट, जो ब्लू वाला, हाँ इसके पकड़ो, पुल करो अपने आप को और ऊपर, एक और,
शाबाश।
हाँ और पुल करो ऊपर ऊपर, हाँ
वो देखो बच्चा कहाँ से आ रहा है, वो छुटका बच्चा, वो देखो ये पतला वाला ये।
एक और राइट ऊपर, एक पैर अपना पैर राइट करो,
गुड जॉब। अब एक ही घंटे में जा रहे। गुड जॉब। After all the excitement, we slowed things down once again. A quiet walk through the solarium, one of the most peaceful spots on the ship, surrounded by ocean views, soft lighting, and a calm atmosphere. It's a perfect place to just relax and take a breath. And of course, no relaxing evening is complete without a drink. We grabbed some mango daiquiris and just sat back, soaking in the views. This is what vacation mode really feels like. And then stepping out, surrounded by endless ocean. It's quite peaceful, just the sound of the waves and the breeze. Moments like these, you don't rush, you just sit back and enjoy.
पापा तुमको अगर मैं एक क्रैब दिए 2 मिनट के लिए मैं कैसे मार दिया
फर्स्ट टाइम मैं ऑब्वियसली ज़्यादा वो बात स्मार्ट
नहीं the second time
And just like every evening, we made our way back to our favorite spot, Deck 5, the perfect place to watch the sunset. No matter how busy the day gets, this one thing we never miss. There's just something special about watching the sun go down out here in the middle of the ocean. It slows everything down and reminds you to just be present. As the sun sets, the night begins. All dressed up, we take a walk through Central Park once again. The lights, the atmosphere, it feels completely different at night. And tonight, we had something special planned. We were heading to the Aqua Theatre, one of the most talked about shows on the ship, and honestly, we couldn't wait.
Woo!
wake up to something incredible, pulling into Nassau, Bahamas. And right from our balcony, there it is, Atlantis. Seeing it from the ship, it honestly felt unreal. And with the views like this, we couldn't wait to explore our day. Views like that, we couldn't stay on the ship for too long. We had a very quick breakfast and we headed out, stepping into Nassau. And even walking off the ship, the views just kept getting better. Turquoise water, colorful surroundings, every direction feels like a postcard here. Right from the gangway, this view was just incredible. So many ships were all docked together in one place. We saw the Disney Wish, and right next to it our ship, Wonder of the Seas. Seeing them side by side, you really realize just how massive these ships are. It almost feels like a floating city parked right here in Nassau. Disney Destiny. Instead of booking an excursion, we decided to explore Nassau on our own. We found a private taxi driver right outside the port, and honestly, it turned out to be a great deal. For about $130 and 5 of us, he took us around the island for the day. Flexible, comfortable, and we could go at our own pace. Our first stop, the famous rum cake factory, and let me tell you, the cakes were absolutely delicious here. Soft, flavorful, and definitely worth the stop. If you are visiting Nassau, this one place you shouldn't miss. Our next stop, one of Nassau's historic forts. Built back in the late 1700s, these forts were designed to protect the island from pirates and invaders. Standing here today, you can still feel a bit of that history. And the views from up here, overlooking the ocean, were really nice and incredible. We also picked up a couple of magnets, just $10 for 2 of them. And honestly, moments like these stand out. The people here were so kind and welcoming. Even the ladies at the entrance made us feel right at home. It's not just the places we visit, it's the people that make the experience special. Time walking around the fort, taking in the views, and just exploring the surroundings. It's one of those places where history and scenery come together perfectly. And then we were on our way to one of the most iconic spots in the Bahamas, a beautiful drive across the island with stunning ocean views all around, getting closer and closer to Atlantis. Since the taxis are not allowed inside the Atlantis parking lot, our taxi driver parked outside while we walked towards Atlantis ourselves. It was a beautiful walk with flowers all around us. Walking inside the Atlantis Hotel, from the architecture to all the shops, every corner feels like luxury. Walking inside feels so special. Everything here is grand, detailed, and designed to impress. As we stepped out to look out the beach, crystal clear water, white sand, beautiful Bahamas. Now next we head to the Cabbage Beach. This is not the calm Bahamas you see on postcards. I thought this was gonna be a chill beach day, but these waves are wild. We only stayed a few minutes. Those waves were no joke. So we left the beach and headed to one of the Nassau's most famous spots, the Queen's Staircase. These 66 steps were carved out of limestone by slaves in the late 1700s. The staircase was actually carved out of solid limestone hundreds of years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. After the wild beach, this place feels completely different, quite historic, and honestly kind of peaceful. Alright, let's climb all the 66 steps. It doesn't look that long, but you definitely feel it. We made it at the top, and the view from up here is actually pretty cool. And there is a small coconut water shop that you can enjoy after the long climb. After all that exploring, we needed something sweet. This place smells amazing. This is the Graycliff Chocolate Factory. We walked around for a bit, checked out all the chocolates, and of course we had to grab a milkshake. And right outside the chocolate factory, this spot instantly caught our eye. Look at all these colors. This place is actually really cool. After the chocolate factory, we headed back to the straw market to make our way back to the ship. After a full day in Nassau, we made it back to the ship just in time for this. Honestly, this might have been the best part of the day. We headed up to our favorite spot on the ship, the walking tracks. Just walking, relaxing, and watching the sun go down. Not a bad way to end the day. From wild waves to this, today was a good day. Definitely a day we won't forget. And to end the day, tonight was Indian night on the ship. They had a full Indian menu and the desserts looked so good. And of course had to get a mango lassi. Yeah, that was really good. From beaches to sunsets to this, today was a good day. And after our dinner, we again headed back to the 5th floor. This is kind of a ritual with us. We love walking here and playing some table tennis, hanging around with our family. We walked through the Royal Promenade decorated with US flags tonight. Lots of shop opens, tons of t-shirts everywhere. And after that, we headed back to the room to call it a night. That wraps up our day 3. And day 4, it was a sea day. No ports, no rush, just time to explore the ship. We started the morning at the gym, spent about an hour here trying to stay active even on vacation. Then came the walk back to our room. And these hallways are no joke. We were on the 8th floor, and by the time we got there, everyone was already tired, especially my parents. But no time to rest. The next stop was a water park. My son went straight for the funnel slide, and he was loving it. The only downside, the lines were pretty long. But honestly, once you are up there, it's worth it. That's how we were spending our sea day morning. A little workout, a lot of walking, and some fun at the park. After all that running around, we slowed things down a bit. We headed to the jacuzzi, and this ended up being one of the best moments of the day. Just watching my son enjoy the water with his grandpa, that was really special. No rush, no lines, just relaxing and enjoying the moment with the ocean views in the background. Sometimes these are the moments you remember the most. After relaxing for a bit, we headed over to the Broadway walk. And of course, we made a quick stop at Johnny Rockets. My son went straight for a milkshake. At this point, I think milkshakes were officially his favorite part of the trip. And right after that, we headed straight to our ice skating show for tonight. And honestly, it was spectacular. The performances, the lighting, everything about it was just amazing. Definitely one of the highlights of the cruise. To end the day, we headed to the Windjammer marketplace for dinner, and tonight was Caribbean night. They had all kinds of Caribbean dishes, but the jerk chicken was definitely the highlight. And of course, we couldn't skip the desserts. But this right here, the chocolate fondue, that was a real winner. Yeah, we went back for that more than once. Good food, good vibes, perfect way to end the day with lots of desserts. On our way back to the room, we had the most random experience. There was literally a piano player inside the elevator. Yeah, not something you expect on a cruise. We just stood there riding up listening to live music. The next morning we were off the ship, and honestly the whole process was super smooth. Hats off to Royal Caribbean for that. From there we were just waiting for a taxi heading to the airport to catch a flight to Raleigh. Just like that, our 4-night Bahamas cruise came to an end. We had such an amazing time getting to experience all of this with my parents and family. It really made it special. Definitely a trip we won't forget.